What's up, YouTube? It's the Console Samurai from Grown Ups Gaming, and there was an update over the last day or so with both EA Access and PlayStation Now. We got a little more information about both of them, and as you may know, PlayStation Now is it's the streaming service that is PlayStation exclusive, and EA is EA's. It's essentially the same idea, but it is Microsoft exclusive, and it's EA exclusive as well, obviously. Both of them did get an update over the last day, and the two of them are actually doing pretty well. PS Now is going to roll out to the PS3 as of next week on May 12th. And EA Access has actually done so well that EA is looking forward to doing some new joint campaigns with Microsoft. So that's obviously doing pretty well. But these two services are actually very different in the way that they work and their pricing structure and all of that. So it's interesting to compare the two because on one hand you have PlayStation Now, which has 150 games, something like that now, or it will as of next week, has 150 games on it, and I mean it's expanded from the PS4 and it's going to the PS3. They say it's going to be on the PS Vita. They haven't given us a date yet for when that's going to be, but they do say it's coming, and eventually, somewhere off on the horizon, we're going to get PS2 games and PS1 games. So that's definitely a good thing. That's sort of a solution to backwards compatibility. A much more expensive solution in the long run, I think, because you can't outright buy the games. You have to rent them. Which, to be honest, the rental price on some of the games, as I mentioned in a previous video, the rental price on some of these games is actually more than the purchase price of a brand new copy. If you were to go to Amazon or eBay or something like that. But it is a good service. I do think that it needs more of a library to justify the fact that it's $20 a month, or you can get it for 3 months for $45, which it's a better price, but still, that's a lot of money to pay for games that, as I said, you can't even buy them. You're still renting them, so you're paying to rent them. I mean, you're paying the $20 a month, and you're paying the $3.99 or whatever it is to rent it for a month. So that adds up quickly. I think it does need some tweaking, without a doubt. On the other hand, you have EA Access, which is an Xbox exclusive, not Xbox, or it's not a Microsoft product, but EA is only dealing with Xbox right now. And what that is it's actually, as I said, it is a different service. It has the streaming. It only has about a dozen games that you can stream right now, but it does offer you a 10% discount on all EA games and offers you early access to a lot of EA games, which, depending on which kinds of games you play, if you play a lot of sports games, then the vault of games you can stream is actually a pretty good deal, because a lot of the games on there are games like Madden and stuff like that. But you do get a 10% discount, which, if you're a big EA fan, that comes in very handy for you, as well as the pre-orders, the early access to pre-orders. Dragon Age Inquisition came out, I think, 5 or 6 days early if you were a EA Access member, which is a cool thing. I mean, if you're big into EA, then that comes in very handy. But that's only $5 a month, so that's probably a big factor in why EA Access is doing so well with such a small library. Because yes, you do get a discount on the games, which is cool. You do get you get the early access to the games you've pre-ordered, which is also cool. But at $5 a month and being able to stream, even if it is a small number of games, that's still a pretty good deal. But as I said, these two are very different. It'll be interesting to see how they develop over time, but I do think both of them do need a bigger library, because $5 a month for 12 games, it's not that good. Even with once you factor in the 10% discount and the early access, yeah, it becomes a little bit of a better deal. PlayStation Now having 150 games, and there's a hell of a lot more coming, allegedly, and that is across all 3 platforms once it fully rolls out, and also PlayStation TVs. The PlayStation TV hardware will also support. I think it actually does support it now. It does support it now, where you can play PS4 and PS3 games on your television instead of having to have an actual console. You have this little add-on. But tell me what you think in the comments down below. Are either of these services worth the money that they're asking for? Or do you think that maybe they need a little bit more of a library? Maybe you think these services just aren't a good idea just in general. Tell me what you think in the comments down below. Once again, I am the Console Samurai, and I'll see you around.